DESIblitz.com.
So that relationship went on, and then she felt pregnant. That's when I started to do the steroids as well. I was bringing the steroids in, and I've never seen my children then since 1999. He's looking at all 8 of us. I'm the one who's brown. They went, "You, I'll fight you." This is like, just see me. Which one do I hate the most out of these 8? And it's me. And it was always me. Equality in fucking what? There's nothing fucking equal. There's nothing equal anyway. We cracked open the petrol caps, got the rags, dosed them, put it. He lit one, I lit one. Bam, we ran. The cars exploded. The explosion was that much, it set the house on fire. I was working with the drug barons who had control of that area. They are Taliban linked. He says, I have the whole spectrum of pharmaceutical drugs. They said, "Sandhu, your cases are here, and but we will tell you that if you do come to collect them, you will get arrested." But he knew in Karachi, you can't get women and you can't get alcohol. So these are 2 things you cannot get there. But when I'm there, they're available.
So from there, from having that shop, obviously credit card scams and that side of it, overcharging some of the customers, what happened next?
What happened next? Right, the shop was, I had to call it a day on the shop. It was like the overheads, this, that, what was going on. Plus one of the gangster heads that I was working with, I didn't know this at the time, but he was working with the police. And I found this out afterwards, but he tipped me off. He knew, and he said to me, "Chet, your shop is getting watched." He said, "Because all these people are coming in and out, yeah, they think that you're selling drugs, not just the cards, yeah. And when they're looking at you in a different angle, because you've got drug dealers as well," which I did have, drug dealers coming in and out. They were doing all the coach trips, blah, blah, blah. And they used to come in the shop and just sort of hang around for an hour or so just to talk to me, which they're all thinking, right, okay, we know what's going on here. So it was all coming to a head. So then I thought, right, okay. And then certain people, I ordered stock, and I regret doing this. The only time I bumped people off, but I didn't pay some of them people off just to cover my own bills and to get me some money to get out of there. And then from there, I went on to door work. Because of the people that I was mixing with the shop, this and that. Now I still had the shop that I showed you at Albany, at Washington. We still had that, and I used to work there on an evening. But I thought, no, okay, I need another job, security then. So that's what I used to do.
So you started working the doors in bars and pubs and places like that?
Yeah.
Were you still a skinny guy then, a skinny Asian kid?
Not now, no. Then I started to train, take steroids. I was getting bigger then. I was 12 stone when I used to train. I was training for about a year and a half. This was when I was about 23, 24. And I reached a plateau where I couldn't get past that. 12 and a half stone, no matter what I ate, no matter what I did. The guys at the gym who I knew, they said, you need steroids to push you past that. You need drugs to break past that barrier, what you're stuck at. And there's no other way. So they introduced me to steroids. They said, this is how you do it. This is where you get it. Bam, bam, bam. So that's where I started to take it. And so from taking it, I learned a lot about it. And I learned the market on that as well. So I researched the market on that, which I was getting involved with. And that's where I thought, okay, this looks like a moneymaker to me, especially in the north.
So you must have been one of the first or one of the only Asian bouncers in this area, would you say?
I was the first one in the northeast, yeah. There was another one called Naz. He's dead now. He was like a Muslim guy. He was a few years older than me. He started, but I was the first Punjabi Sikh guy, yes, to be a doorman here.
And tell us what happened there. How did that pan out? You started working the doors.
How that panned out the doors. The doorman I knew at Idols, it was a rough bar. We had 8 doormen on there from Monday to Sunday every day. So if you have 8 doormen, even on a Monday, Tuesday night, you know it's a rough old bar, yeah? Because all the barmaids were wearing bikinis, yeah, all of them. So it just used to get that crowd in, yeah? Match days when there's a match on, strippers we used to have on. So it was just full of them, yeah, full of pissheads, men, bam, bam, bam. It was that type of boozer, rough. So 8 doormen on. Back then, when there's any hassle on the door, yeah, Newcastle, you don't see a brown doorman, yeah. When there's 8 of us, when you throw somebody out, bam, he's pissed and he's looking for a fight. He's looking at all 8 of us. I'm the one who's brown. They went, I'll fight you. And so this used to happen all the time. And then the other lads thought, no, why do you pick on Chet every time? Because he's brown. You know, no, it ain't happening. So they were cool with me. So they used to take the fights on, you know? Like, even because they used to like, just see me, which one do I hate the most out of these 8? And it's me. And it's me. And it was always me. The women as well. The women are racist as well up here. They were terrible, disgusting, horrible people. They were worse than the men with their mouths and what they say to you. Because they think just because they're a woman, you ain't going to hit them back, and they're safe to attack you, to do what they want to you, to call you what they want, and you can't do anything about them. Which is sort of true, which is a load of fucking bollocks. So why do these women go on about fucking equality? Equality in fucking what? There's nothing fucking equal. There's nothing equal anyway. A woman can make an accusation against a man and the man will get arrested. That's fact of fucking life. If a man and a woman are married, the woman makes the allegation, the man has to leave the house. Why doesn't a woman leave the fucking house? Because most of the times the women that are bullshitting, that are lying, trying to get dollar out of the man, and that's why the problems fucking happen. It's all the women. The women are evil. The majority of them, I would say now. They have different ethics in their heads. It's all about the dollar.
Is it the same for Desi women?
Yes, I would say. My second marriage, I just got raped. Sending money back to India. Fucked me right over.
So you've had 2, you were married twice.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about each one?
My first wedding, yeah. I married an English girl. I was the first one in our family to marry an English girl. And when I did this, yeah, it was unheard of, yeah, for an Indian boy, Sikh boy to marry a white girl.
How long ago was that?
I was 23 when I got married. It was unheard of. Now it's still a bit, like that still, yeah? So this is 33 years back, so you guys imagine back then.
Yeah.
What it was like, yeah? The stigma, white girl, even her family, Asian boy, it's unheard of, yeah?
Absolutely.
I remember the first time I met her dad, she did, I don't know if she told him if I was Asian or not, yeah? Because she said it doesn't matter to me, yeah? I went, right, fair enough. And I was hoping she told them, right? But I don't think she did, because I remember when I met them, the dad, he just got like a shock. He just got like a shock effect.
Day. He saw you on the wedding day?
No, not on the wedding day, sorry. I met her after about 4 to 5 months of dating her. She was from Hartlepool, which is about half an hour away from here. I started seeing her when I was 21. She was the first girl I kissed and the first girl I married. She was a year older than me, and met her, okay, and I had a relationship with her on the sly. I used to have to tell my mum and dad that I'm going to, after I close the shop, I'm going to go watch a film at my friend's house. So that's what I used to do. We used to have a transit van. She used to live in Hartlepool. But then I know my dad would check the mileage, yeah, because Hartlepool was about 35 miles away. So a round trip, we're talking 70 miles. So what I used to do, I used to disconnect the mileage on the transit van from underneath, yeah, because I worked all this out, yeah, I was professional, yeah. I disconnected it, so it only looked as if I've just been driving 2 to 3 miles. And then fill the tank up accordingly as well, because I know what my dad's like, yeah. So this is what I had to do. So that relationship went on, and then she fell pregnant after 6 months. Fell pregnant.
Married or not married at that time?
No, not married yet. My parents did not approve of this at all. Didn't want it, but they kept me under lock and key for 21. So now, okay, I'm doing it now. and made a move to go and do this. And then they didn't speak to me. And they didn't speak to me once they found out about her for 6 months. My parents, my mum and dad.
So you told your parents that
My mum and dad found out. They found out, yeah, because Thursday afternoons was my day off. So she used to come to see me in a car on a Thursday afternoon, and then we used to go to the pictures and this and that, and just to chill out. But our car broke down outside the house. It broke down. So we made the story up that she'd broken down. She was visiting somebody else, but my dad sussed it, yeah. They sussed that there's a connection between these two. And so then I admitted it, and then they never spoke to me for 6 months in the shop. So I had to work with them every day, yeah. Take racial abuse as well, and everything, all that, yeah. And my parents aren't talking to me now neither for 6 months, and I've still got to work every day.
And this is all because you've got a white girl.
A white girlfriend, yeah.
Pregnant.
And it's, yes, and it's like unheard of. It's not acceptable whatsoever. They're also scared of like, what if other people find out, other family and this and that. And I was thinking, well, the other families, they all have stories. They all got worse than mine. Some of them are like proper motherfuckers, you know. They've done loads of bad things. And anyway, she gave birth, and I went down from the shop. I drove straight down. I got the phone call. I was there for the birth, blah, blah, blah. And then I come back, and then they didn't really speak to me, my parents, after that, for 6 months. And then it was only when
For another 6 months they didn't speak
No, well, for that 6 months, yeah. Even then still, yeah. No, the whole period was 6 months long, yeah. I don't know when the pregnancy started, and then they didn't speak. And then it was only when my girlfriend sent my parents a photo of the child, of our daughter, and then they realised, okay, it's for real, this. And then they sort of agreed to it, and then they came round. And then this sort of seen her, this and that, everything was good, and then they agreed to the marriage. So we got married. I thought it was the thing to do, but she was my first girlfriend, my first everything. And because she was pregnant, I felt a duty to marry her. It was one of them. So that marriage lasted 7-8 years. Had 3 children, and the marriage was. It was okay. It was good, you know. It was like that, but I was working the doors at the same time, and that's when I started to do the steroids as well. I was bringing the steroids in, and then my wife found out about certain things, and then she sort of moved away. She moved away, but I was still seeing her, but she wanted her time away because I was getting involved with gangster circles and this and that, and there was children around, and then I went to jail in Spain. That's when I got the sentence, and that divorce came to an end there. My divorce papers came through, and that was over. And I've never seen my children then since 1999. I don't have contact with them. With one daughter I do now. I used to with another daughter, but they just blame me for everything that goes wrong in their life. I'm the one to blame because I went to jail. I went to prison. So I'm the one to blame. The mother now, she used to be a teacher, and now she's a police officer, just to get her own back on me, yeah? And she had it writing for me all through my jail sentence. Cat D I was even in. Cat D, that means when you're allowed to leave jail, rehabilitation, 7-year stretch I did. And I didn't get any of that. I wasn't allowed to leave because she said he's still a danger to me. Blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't no danger to nobody. You know, I've been in jail for 7 fucking years, man. Yeah, what danger am I going to be now? You know, I just want enough of that, yeah? I want to get on with my life now. I don't want to go back to what I was doing. No. And so that's what happened with her. So I got out of that, got out of jail, and yeah, as I was saying, I was the only Cat D prisoner not allowed out. Everybody else was going out, working, going to work 9 till 3 and then coming back, and they all come out and have a drink and see their wives and do this and do that, and I'm just stuck there. So I say to them, why you put me here for? To see all these people come and go out of jail, all my people, yeah? I went, stick me over the wall where I'm banged up again, yeah, because I'm happier off there. But they weren't having that, yeah, but that was all through her. And anyway, I was out, I got through that sentence, I was out about a year and a half. and then less than a year and a half, and then I got another 7 stretch on that, getting involved with the firm, and I come out of that jail sentence, and then my mind was like, okay, the conditions of my parole were that I can't mix with my past associates, the past people, anybody I was like mixing with, I can't go near them. So I had to change my whole circle of friends. So my whole circle of friends then was white. So now I changed it to my family, my Indian friends that were living here, my cousins, they were working, had a cash and carry, and he was doing the drink, and he said, come and work with me. And things were like going okay, steady. And then I looked at them, and they had wives from India. They'd gone to India, they got married, they got the wife over, everything was going okay. So I thought, why don't I give this one a try? Because the girls that I was getting involved with, when I come out of jail, they're all the wrong types. They're all the types that I did not want, just the gangster mold types, that were only the ones that were interested in that, thinking I'm still interested in that as well, which I wasn't. Yeah, I wanted to move on my life now. So I thought, okay, I'll go India. So my ethics were, I'll go to India and I'll marry a girl from like a poor family and give her a good life, give her everything, yeah? So that was my ethics in this. But the ethics didn't work out like that, yeah? It's a bit of a long story, all of it. But anyway, I got married, took me ages to get her over in the country. I had to go over 8 times, back and forth. Got thousands to get her over. Once she was over, right, things started like her westernizism, yeah? Her westernizism was like, I didn't realize how westernized the Eastern are, you know?
So was this somebody that your parents introduced you to back in India, yeah? Is that how it was? Or?
Right, how it worked was like the girl, my uncle in India, who lives in India, his wife, she was a relation on their side. So they knew the family, you know, and they said, okay, they know the family, this and that. They sent photos of her, and I agreed, and then, yeah.
So it was arranged marriage. You agreed to the wedding. She agreed to the wedding. She was, you know, from what they knew, she was a decent girl.
Yeah.
And obviously then you got introduced and you got married and you brought her back here. You said it was a long process?
Yes, the process to bring her back was long, expensive, and but once she was back, yeah, it was okay. But once she was back, yeah, okay. After like a couple of months, she wanted a boob job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, unheard of in our lot, yeah. And
how long ago was that? What year was that?
This is, I got married in 2008. So this, we're talking, how long? Probably 2010. 2010, she was here, yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah, it took her to get here. So when she was here, a boob job, this and that. So I agreed. My parents were happy about that, yeah. Because we don't. But anyway, yeah. It's when a boob job, got that, and then laser surgery, hair removal, this, that, blah, 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 tattoos, yeah.
And you were funding all of this?
Yes, funding all of it, yeah. And then I got a shop as well to give us something to do, some work. And so through that shop, we were putting all the illicit drink as well through, blah, blah, blah. Making money, yeah. So the shop was running. She used to be there 5 days a week, 9 to 5, and I did the rest. And so she was doing that, but at that time, she was still sending money back to India, siphoning dollar back all the way through, just taking it out of the till, cash. Probably had a lad there from the beginning, an Indian lad, yeah, who I later found out. And that she has somebody in India as well.
What do you mean, like a boyfriend?
Boyfriend in India, yeah, boyfriend in India.
Right. And she was sending him your money?
Well, probably, yeah, she was sending it everywhere because there was that much of it, you know. There was about $250,000 that got took. And I didn't even notice it. Didn't even notice $250,000 gone because there was that much money coming through and back and forth, bam, 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 in bags. Yeah, that I was picking up for people. I didn't even notice it gone. And then, so she was siphoning all this money back, took it all back. And then, even after we left, even in this house where you are now, my mum has found money underneath carpets, hidden, $2,000 here, $3,000 here, hidden in places where she has hidden money and forgot she's hidden it. Yeah. Receipts what we found for diamonds, for gold. Found them. Taking all this money back, and then made up this fucking bogus story to the police saying that I'm bashing her and I'm doing this, and she put makeup on her eye, black makeup on, right, and said to the police that, oh, I've been hit and I've been done on this, that, and they put in a battered wives shelter just to get money off me, just to take me to court and to drain me for the divorce. Because she was told to do this of people that have already done this to other Indian guys here. You know, there's other Indian girls who she was mixing with, which I thought, yeah, right, these girls who she's mixing with, they're not really all that good. Right? They will give her bad ideas. And that's what they did. They gave her bad ideas, and she had bad intentions in the first place. You have bad intentions and you mix with bad people on top of that, and then you go for it. So her plan was just to get as much money off me as possible. And so that was the plan. And anyway, with the makeup on the fucking eye, that didn't work out. Because in court, we proved, we went to Cyprus the next day. And I took photos of her the next day, dated on the thingy, on the photo. So it proved there was no black eye the day after. Yeah, so she took these photos before she went on holiday. Just to like say, bam, this, that. And then when we come back off the holiday, that's when we split up. And this, so she got it all wrong on that bit, but went to divorce, got the divorce, gave her some money, gave her about another 100 grand on top of what she already took, and that was just good riddance for me.
So she actually had somebody back at home that she was with?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Did she go back to India then?
No, she stayed in England. With family members in London. They were from near Crawley, who gave her advice, I think, on how to take money out of me. Because a lot of them people said, he is bad. Do you know who he is? Do you know what he's done in the past? This and that. So she was taking all this on board and thinking, okay, I may as well take what I can, which is the ethics of a lot of these people now. The same thing is happening to my cousin at the moment as we speak. She's taking money and she's got 4 boyfriends. They've seen her 4, one in America, one here, two in India. She's getting money off 2 of them, sending the other 2 in India money.
So this is all around the Indian women who either have boyfriends already in India, come over here, get married to somebody here, and pretend that it's an official wedding, an official marriage, but really they've already got somebody back home, and then they try and bring them over here. Is that what the scenario is?
That's it, yeah. As soon as they've got that passport, they all turn. Because as soon as my second wife got that passport, right, she even put it in my face and went, I've got the red book now. I didn't know what that meant at the time, yeah?
Otherwise known as the Lal Gatta, if I'm correct.
Right, okay. The Lal
book,
Gatta, yeah.
Yep.
She goes, I've got the red book now. I went, right, okay. Yeah, good. That's what we've been working on, yeah. But that's when it all turned. Because once they have that, once they are like, fuck here, they will turn on you.
And what did she do at that point?
That's when it all started to fall in place. Everything, making these appointments here, I want to go see somebody, this and that. Just getting the plan in order. She'd be taking money though, all the way through. And I noticed this because their house in India was nothing back in the day. It was on 1 floor, just piece of shit, yeah? Now I got told it's on 2 floors, it's massive. The brother's got a new motorbike, got all this, it doesn't even work. They said he's on the heroin now as well. So how is he affording all this heroin lifestyle with a new motorbike? Yeah. So I got told all these stories afterwards, but I'm not really asked about that. I just say, good luck to her. Okay, you had me over. Not many people have. Congratulations. Yeah, you're probably watching this now. Congratulations. But I've got told, now she's with a geezer now, and he makes her count the pennies. Because she's told him what she did to me, right? So he's thinking, right, if that's what you're capable of doing to a man, you ain't doing it to me. So now I've been told, she's like scratching for pennies somewhere, yeah. So that's what happens, innit?
How many brothers and sisters do you have? Were they all born and raised here, or were they from India? Tell us a little bit about your family.
Right, okay. My brother, yes, he's 5 years older than me. He was born in India. He came over with my mum and dad in 1963. He's 5 years older than me, and he's very intelligent. He was the most intelligent person in our school. He was the only one to get, I think, 11 O-levels. And he was in the newspaper at the time for getting the highest grades ever, and this and that. But he was super clever, yeah? But there's I'll give you, but my dad, yeah, even though he was that clever, I remember my brother once, he said to my dad, yeah, right, okay, for mathematics and physics, that was his biology, chemistry. He got a degree in chemistry in the end, a Bachelor of Science. I remember him asking my dad for a calculator. He said, I need a calculator for the exams. He went, everybody has them, yeah? I need one. And my dad said to him, work it out in your head.
The good old-fashioned DESIblitz.
So I'm not buying you a calculator. He said, work it out in your head. And he couldn't believe it, yeah? He went, no, because you have to do fractions and like all that other stuff, don't you, you know? Because calculators back in the day, if you remember, they had loads of stuff on them, yeah?
Yeah.
And so he needed to use all the fractions, this, that, blah, 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 whatever it is. But he said, no, just work it out in your head. And he was super intelligent. He got 5 A-levels, no, 11 O-levels, A-levels, and 5 O-levels.
So he still had those even without using a calculator?
No, I think he had a calculator. Anyway, his story was he was super intelligent. He didn't like the whole ethics of what we were doing. He knew he was gay. He wanted out of there. The best place to go from Huddersfield was to Manchester. That's where there's the society there. If you're gay, it's more open there, easy. So Manchester University, that was his. That's where he wanted to go. So maybe he could like go there and be himself, you know, and not like pretend to live the life like a lie, which is like what a lot of people do. So fair play to him. He fucked off. So my dad probably thought, okay, I've lost one son there, yeah? I'm not going to lose this one. So that's why he kept a tight grip on me, I think, you know? That's why he kept me, like, on a leash.
Did it impact you knowing that at a young age also that your brother was, from the gay community, he was gay? Did that impact you in any way?
That impacted me. But I didn't really know until a few years afterwards.
Right.
Because I didn't really know, and my brother didn't really say. There were girls around him in Manchester when I used to go see him. There was other guys as well, but I was naive as well. I didn't really have a clue about who's gay and who's not. Yeah, I didn't really know back then, because it wasn't that much in your face then. You know, you couldn't really tell unless people were like really, really gay. But then people used to get bashed up in the street. Yes, so you don't do that anyway, you know? So you had to keep it to yourself. So I didn't really know, no, not until a few years afterwards, until I clicked on sort of thing.
So your parents didn't know anything about that either?
They didn't know until they clicked on the same way, yeah. They tried to get him an arranged marriage.
Once they found out, how did it go?
Yeah, once they found out this and that. He agreed at a time. I remember the girl coming here. They told him to give up his job there and come here, my dad. And I just thought, it's all bad, all this, yeah. It's like, why put a girl through that life in the first place anyway? He knew that. He went through the farce on the first thing, but then after that he says, no, I'm not having this anymore. And then he just went. They didn't speak for about a few years, but now everything's good again.
Right. And he now gets on with your parents.
Yeah.
They speak.
They visit and everything's cool, yeah, everything's good. And my sister as well, yeah, she's like exactly a year younger than me. I took care of her in school. It's always like, had her back, this and that. Anyway, my dad was strict with her also. She was not allowed out anywhere. She went to college. I had to go pick her up and drop her off, pick her up, drop her off. My dad's strict like that. Anyway, so there's a family who we knew through my uncle, second uncle. He recommended them. They have this, they got money. But the thing was with them, like there was the guy who my sister was going to marry, he had a brother 3 years older than him. And he lived in Manchester also, and he knew who my brother was. He knew he was gay. So, but they didn't say anything at the time. So they said, okay, go ahead with the marriage, we'll do this, we'll do that. We'll get all the gold off him, which they did. We gave him 40 grand's worth of gold, and this is back then. This is 30 odd year ago, which is a lot of money. They kept all the gold and this and that, and they said, right, They went, her brother's gay, yeah, and she's a lesbian. They went, she's no good. So they kicked her out of the house, kept her passport, kept all the money, kept all the clothes, and threw her out of the house. This was in Telford. And so we picked her up and this and that, and then they asked for the story, and they said, no, they haven't had sex, she's a lesbian, blah, blah. But it turned out he was gay. They married in our family because the brother said, okay, what you do is this, marry into a family like that, get money off them, and then say she's no good, and then you don't have to get married again, and you can carry on being gay. You know, so which is the wrong way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the way they did it. So what I did to them, cut a long story short, they wouldn't give her things back, they wouldn't give it back, did a few times, went down once, smashed the house up, didn't pay, went down again with a friend of mine who knows about blowing up cars. They had a Mercedes and a Porsche outside the house. They were all inside the house. We cracked open the petrol caps, got the rags, dosed them, put it, he lit one, I lit one, bam, we ran, the cars exploded, yeah. The cars exploded, the explosion was that much, it set the house on fire. Set the fucking house on fire with everybody in it. It was the two brothers, his wife, his two kids, and the mum and dad. So then they shit themselves. So then they agreed to give everything back.
They escaped the house.
They escaped out of the house, yeah, through the patio, through the back. Yeah, because it was the front of the house that got a light.
Did the house burn down?
I think so. But they didn't even go to the police after that.
Right.
Didn't even go to the police. They didn't even tell them about us. They might have gone to the police, but they didn't say it was me. Or they might have said it was me, but there was no proof of that anyway. Because back then it was easy to do jobs like that.
So they paid back?
They paid back then. No, they gave my sister's things back. They kept most of the gold. Yeah, they say it's gone. The rest, blah, blah, blah.
Do you think things like that are still happening today around arranged marriages and, you know, sham weddings and marriages with people who are gay, and then making it out like it's, within the Asian community, making it out like it's a real wedding and a real marriage?
Yes. I think that happens a lot. There's a lot of Asian people, they're scared to say that they're gay, and they go through the sham. I know this because there's a few of them who have sent me messages and asked me, right? Because they know about my brother's story. They know what I think about it. So they've asked me for advice on what to do. They said, I don't know what to do here. I said, well, don't do it. I went, don't get married. I went, don't put a woman through that, you know? Just fucking do what you got to do, you know? Just say you're not going to do it. If you don't want to tell your parents you're gay, fair enough. But it doesn't mean you have to get married, and then once you're married, and then go and see men on the side. That is no good to nobody. But that is what a lot of them do, and I know that for a fact.
And then they're ruining the girl's life.
Yeah.
You're also known as the King of Karachi.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an unusual title. Could you tell us a little bit about how that came about and what that means?
Right, the King of Karachi. Right, King of Karachi. Okay, what I was doing, I was bringing back drugs from Karachi, pharmaceutical pills, steroids, back into England. I got caught with the biggest seizure in Spanish history of pharmaceutical drugs. This was 1999, and so what I used to do in Karachi, I was known there. I used to hit it up every 6 weeks. I was known there. Bam, he's coming 6 weeks, and they know what I'm doing. I had people paid off, the chief narcotics officer, the chief of police. I was working with the drug barons who had control of that area. They are Taliban linked. So these people knew I had all these links. And so I always used to have a taxi driver who used to pull up in Pakistan. Koza, he was called. He was from Lahore. Punjabi was excellent. We got him brilliant. And he drove me around. He used to drive me around everywhere. He would be my driver for the week. But he knew in Karachi, It's tight there. You can't get women and you can't get alcohol, yeah? So these are two things you cannot get there, but when I'm there, they're available. So they're available, so that's why all the taxi drivers wanted to pick me up, because then if you pick me up, you're gonna have all this extras online, because you're with me from when I wake up until I go to bed. And you party on through, and you get paid well on top. So they were all loving it, yeah? So the King of Karachi title came when my normal taxi driver wasn't there at the airport, and I was looking around. I went, Koza, where's he? They went, I haven't seen him today. I went, no. And they went, I'll take you. Oh, no, wait on. So I went further down and I was asking guys, Koza, where is he? And they went, no, he's not here. And I thought it was strange, because he's always here. He knows when I'm coming in, what flight, schedule flight, he knows. He wasn't there. And then this taxi driver said, I'll take you. And I wait on you. And then one says, I'm going to go. And then he got my bag and he just put it in the back of his car. He didn't even ask me. And I went, whoa. And then the other one said, no, I'm taking him. They went, no, you're not. And so then they started a fight. It was a proper fight in the airport car park outside. And then I went in between. I went, whoa, stop this, yeah? I went, today you can take me, and tomorrow, and then the day after, you come for me. And then I went, right. And then so the taxi driver says, I've never seen this happen before ever. He went, you know you? He went, you're the King of Karachi. I was bringing back steroids from European countries, Spain, Turkey, Hungary, these sort of places. I was going on holiday, just bringing some back, selling it. But I wanted to take this to a larger scale.
So how many were you bringing back at that time?
At that time, just about a shoebox worth sort of size. Just bringing it back, making money. It was paying for the holiday, you know. But I wanted to take this on a larger scale.
That was a couple of grand, was it? Something like that? Was it paying for?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that's what I was doing at the time, and just buying steroids from UK dealers, selling them on, putting my markup on it, but I realised, that the major steroids were getting made in Pakistan, on the boxes, on the address. So I thought, okay, I'm going to Europe and Spain, buying their products from the chemist, blah, blah, blah. From Karachi, I'm sure it's going to be a lot cheaper. So I sourced this, and I thought, okay, and I looked at the prices, and I compared the prices between Karachi and India. India was 3 times as much as Pakistan.
Right.
In prices, 3 times as much. So my initial thing was to go to India to buy it, but then I learned that the prices in Pakistan are a lot less, and it's just over the border. So I thought, okay, Pakistan is the place to go. So me and my 2 second cousins, we made a plan to go over, okay, to bring some back.
How did your second cousins get involved in this? Did you approach them and say, all right, I want to do this, or how did that happen?
Right, how did that happen? One of them was selling steroids himself as well, also. He was buying off me, moving them on. He was doing his own thing. The third one was just like, he was just like a big guy. We were all big guys back then. 3 of us, we were all taking gear, all taking steroids, training. And we just thought, okay, it needs 3 of us, and we'll share the risk, we'll share the money. And plus we need a bit of protection as well, because we're going into Karachi and we're Sikh boys. So it's like a dodgy area for us. So we were going in blind, really. Went in blind. So I had to source the cheapest place, this and that. So I thought I would go to the factory, direct to the manufacturer, which was about 2-hour drive out of Karachi. Went to the factory, got an appointment with the manager there, spoke with the manager, tried to buy, said we had a pharmaceutical company, just setting up. He wasn't having any of it. He wanted more proof. Didn't have it, so I tried to bribe him. he wasn't having that neither, which I thought was strange for Pakistan, because there you could pray anybody. I thought, wow, okay, fair enough. And then, but then he later told me certain links where to go to contact, and I went, right, okay, fair enough. So anyway, we were just going to chemists. They didn't have the supply. They didn't have what we wanted. They just had about 10 to 20 ampules. We wanted 50,000 ampules. That was what our initial run was, 50,000. And but they couldn't do it. So where we were staying at the Paradise Hotel on the 8th floor was notorious. This is where the prostitutes were. There were working girls from Russia, Turkey, Eastern European, some of them.
In the hotel?
In the hotel, 8th floor. But who used to come here was the chief of police of Karachi, the chief narcotics officer from Karachi airport, diplomats, other people, top-end people used to come there to party, to drink, and to have girls, because you can't do that anywhere else. So this was a hotel that was known for it. And when I came, they stuck me on the 8th floor anyway to keep me out of the way, because they knew what I was doing, what I came for. So they just wanted me out of the way sort of thing, and they knew I'd come here to spend money. So they stuck me up there. And that's where I got to know the chief of police.
From that little shoebox, and you go and finding out where else you can get bigger amounts.
Oh yes,
from what happened next?
Right, okay. So being on the 8th floor, the prostitutes are there. So I got talking with them. They were advising me, right, okay, you need to go see these other people. Yeah, they went, all these are Taliban run here, and so when none of these people are allowed to sell anything without them saying yes or no. The police work hand in hand with them. They all work alongside each other. So I got this information out of them. And so I went and approached this guy who was called Oriental Traders. They had they were in like a market stall, just a market in Karachi town, busy town, market stall. There was 2 guys outside with pump actions. So I thought, this is a bit heavy. Anyway, I went there, my 2 cousins were there. Bashir was his name, the boss. He said, okay, come here, sit down.
So these were the actual Taliban that you were meeting?
No, these are people that work alongside them. Yeah, the actual Taliban, they never tell you they are Taliban. They never tell you they are Al-Qaeda. They all work alongside them and who they are and what they are, but their money is all linked. The police work alongside them. They never actually say, we are this person, we are that person. But you know who you're dealing with because the links they have, they're all linked with the police as well. And they guarantee everything I buy is guaranteed that will leave their country safe. What happens after it leaves their country, that's down to me. He said, but we will guarantee that for you here. And this is what you pay and this is how we do it. I went, right, fair enough. So he explained this to me. He wanted to know who I was. Initially, I told him my name was Chet, a Muslim name, just to get out of it, yeah. But I don't know whether he believed me or not. But anyway, he says, he asked what I was doing, what I wanted. And I said, this is the plan. We want this, steroids. This is what I do in England. And this is what we want. He went, right, okay, fair enough. He says, I can supply you with anything you want. He says, oh, anything. He says, I have the whole spectrum of pharmaceutical drugs. Rufnapol, Temgesics, the rape drugs now that are going around. He had the whole spectrum of shit. And heroin even, he said. He said, I can get you heroin at 1,500 a kilo. That's 80 to 90% pure. But I wasn't interested in the brown. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted to concentrate on what I was doing, which was the steroids. I went, right, okay, I can get you that. Give us the money first, and then the steroids will be here for you in the morning. And I went, right, okay. I looked at my cousins, and I went, right, okay. I said, give me a second. So I went to speak to them. I went, you want some money first? And he went, no. They're going, no. I went, listen, what do you mean, no? Yeah, so we've come this far now. Yeah, okay. They know what we're doing. I've just explained the whole system to him. Okay, he wants to know everything, yeah? The whole system, why we're here, what we're doing, where's it going. And I've just explained it all to him, yeah? And I said, I trust him. He says, I said, even if we don't pay him, they're going to take the money off us anyway. They've got guns outside. Have you not fucking seen them? Yeah. I went, well, we are fucked anyway, regardless. And he went, right, give him the money then. I went, right, I'll give him the money. So I gave him the money, handed it over. He tapped on the roof of his thingy. This little hole appeared, boom, slid off. There was a kid up there. He gave him the bag of money and he scampered off. Boosh, and that was gone. 30 grand. I'm like, right, okay. And then I thought, right, fucking hell, now what, right? So, because now what, let's just get drunk, innit? Let's just hope our drugs are here in the morning. So that's what we did in that night. And at 11 o'clock, they were all there, all packed up. He says, come here at 11 o'clock with 2 taxis to take it all away. And that's what we did. Took it in the taxis and we took it right up until the 8th floor. And there we started to package it down ourselves, which was too much hard work. Too much hard work, the packaging. Because every ampule came in a cardboard box on its own, and there was 50,000 of them. So we had to take everyone out and put 6 into one box, and it was taken as an age. For age. So I thought, oh, we can't be doing this here, because this is taking us hours, and our hands were hurting even now, so we should be having a drink and having a party. And we're like, okay, fair enough. So Koza, my taxi driver, he said, this is what I'll do. He says, I'll get it all done for you. I went, yeah. Yeah, I went, how? I said, I'll pay you this much, yeah. I paid him, I think, a month's wages to get this packed up, yeah. And he said, I'll have it done for you for tomorrow. I went, right, go on then. He took it all the way to his village. And what he did, yeah, because I gave him porn magazines, which we bought at Newcastle airport. We had like 6 in the bag. I gave him one of these magazines, yeah. And he was really happy with it. So what he did, he went back to the village where he's from, got 12 boys there, sat them all down and said, right, okay, this is what we're looking at, yeah. And he showed them the front cover. And these boys had never seen a white naked girl before in their lives. And they were all like, looking at them, and then he opened the first page to see the contents, yeah. They were looking at the contents. And they're like, right, okay. He went, do one box, and I turned the page over. So they went to work on one box here. I got it all packed in rapido time. Bosh. And then he turned over the page. And then they all looked at the page. And then they went back to work on a second box. And then they would turn the page. And that's how we got it all done for free.
So the payment was every time they finished a box, he'd show them a new page.
Show them a new page.
Of a porno.
Yes. Which was, back then, early in the mid-90s, you don't see naked white women. You can't get, there's no internet. You don't have that information there available. So this was all new to them, and they loved it, you know, so everyone's happy.
What happens next?
What happens next is getting them through the airport. The first time round, okay, they told us when you go, you have to open up your cases, and they were looking, and they're just full of steroid. They were all 3 cases looked exactly the same. There was hardly any clothes in them. The clothes we were wearing ourselves anyway, shorts and a vest. There was no clothes involved. It was just all gear, and they were going, oh, what's all this? And to them, it was a bit of a shock, because it's like, what are these? Steroids. It was like something what they'd never known, you know, what they're not used to. And we went, they're steroids, we're trainers, we're this, and they went, it's personal use, and they weren't having it. And then he's seen the magazines. I went, do you want it? He goes, yeah. I went, go on then. I went, are you going to let us go? He went, give me 2 of them. I went, right, go on then, because we had 6 here. We gave Koza once, we had another 5. 2 each we bought at the airport, right? And because we are going to Karachi, we don't know what's going to be there yet. So we did that, and we bought them off with 2 magazines. And we were like, wow, can't believe this one. And then we had to go to the X-ray one. Well, the X-ray, you know, it's the same carry-on there. But then I offered them the magazines, because I thought, these magazines work here really good. So I offered them, and he went, yeah, took them as well. So the first time round, we did it with magazines, bought them off airport security.
And you got them through customs in the UK as well?
Got them through here, yes. Got the flights. The flights I was getting at the time were changing at Amsterdam. Early morning flight. It was landing in at Newcastle at about 5:50 a.m. There was nobody here on the airport, customs decks, ever at that time. And it looks as if we've come from Amsterdam anyway. So, fine.
And Amsterdam, they never checked them in Amsterdam?
The baggage comes through automatic on the one flight onto the other flight. So it doesn't get checked. It's just boosh, off the carrier. Next flight, next flight, next flight. The only time I got caught was after a few of these runs I was doing. The baggage, it didn't come through on that flight from into Amsterdam. And they told me, your baggage is on the next flight coming in. That's when me and the two mules, I thought, right, okay, I know what's going to happen now. That's gone. The mules are happy because they don't have to go through the process of taking the risk. Airport phoned me up. They said, Sandhu, your cases are here. And but we will tell you that if you do come to collect them, you will get arrested. I went, okay. I said, I didn't pack that case anyway. I said, why? They went, no, we can't say, are you going to? I went, no. So I just left it at that. Yeah, I just said I didn't pack the case. But that's their fault for telling me that I'm going to get arrested. But British law is they have to tell you, if you do come to collect this case, you will get arrested.
Right, so you escaped that one.
Yeah, so that's why I had to divert my route. Not the flight route no more. I was going to come via flight into Spain, and then from Spain by train, and then Eurotunnel into England.
So after you were getting those steroids into this country, what were you were selling them? What was happening?
Yes, I was selling them on to people, dealers I had in Glasgow, Manchester, Liverpool, and Newcastle also. I sold a lot of that in bulk. A lot of that was going out in bulk. Some I was selling myself, handballing it, getting top value for it. Other times not. It was costing me 33 pence an ampule. 33 pence an ampule. I was selling it for £3.50 each. And in bulk, I would sell for £1.50. Like if they bought 10,000 ampules.
So you were making some major money.
But that was through the steroids then. But through the Valium, what I got arrested for in Spain, because I switched from steroids to Valium, the pills, because the markup on the pills was a lot better. And I sussed this out because Bashir told me, he said, I know you're taking the steroids back here. He says, but there's a lot of money to be made in these pills. Valium were costing for 1,000, £9. Street value here is £1 a pill. And I was selling them in bulk for £150 a tub. So it's costing me £9 and I'm selling it for £150 a tub. And I was bringing back 250,000 tablets at a time. People knew what I was doing, going to Pakistan every 6 weeks. So Interpol were tracking me. And it was through that tracking that I got arrested at Spain. And I just had a sinking feeling. Yeah, I thought, oh God, I'll put them through this as well now. 250,000 tablets and 30,000 ampules of steroids. When I went in, I was quite big. I went in 16 stone, full of steroids, full of anger. Fighting in jail is not a thing. Doesn't matter how tough you are on the streets here. In jail, you need a weapon with you, man.
Tell us about that, and I presume that's where your tattoo comes in.
No, the tattoo, yeah. I can't really divulge in, yeah, because I haven't been arrested for that one. I asked to speak to the British consulate, but he didn't want to see me. They used to go see them every week, but used to bypass me. My head was just like, okay, I've come out of that, survived that, so I thought I could survive anything. We went in the showers, he took somebody with him. We squared up in the showers, the sinks were there, the mirrors behind. I'm stood here, he stood there. I went, okay, let's go.
DESIblitz.com